A question that I've been asked a lot since I started playing the Battlefront beta is which view is better to play with, first or third person. I'd argue straight away that both can be extremely effective, and the gameplay behind will show that today. But without really going into too much detail, I think the view will most likely be chosen based on what previous games you've played. If you're more into Gears of War, you'll probably go into third person straight away, whereas if you've come from an FPS background like Battlefield, you'll be more comfortable in first person. With that being said though, there are a few deciding factors that you need to consider, and it might mean having to go on a bit of a learning curve depending on which way you go, but the controls are fairly easy to get to grips with anyway, so you'll be sorted in no time. First up, first person. This view is the default when you come into the game. If you navigate to gameplay settings in the menu though, you can change the default view every time you spawn in if you want to. As this is set to the default, naturally when you immediately start playing the game, you're probably not going to remember to switch through to the other angle. You'll likely spend your first game stuck in first person before you even realise there was another option for you to try. Benefits of first person though are the focused field of view, allowing you to keep your eyes peeled on the targets that you have right in front of you. Playing in third person can present you with a lot of targets to keep track of, and prioritising targets in this game can be a bit tricky. And secondly, we have third person view. This is probably the view most veteran players from back in the days of Battlefront and Battlefront 2 would want to use, and there are lots of reasons to support that. Firstly, you get a wider field of view, so you can see more of what's going on in the battle, and it allows you to see more danger coming at you as well. You can peek over ledges and around corners. Not just that, but there are two views in third person. You can have the character over to the left or the right hand side of the screen just by tapping the change view button again. This is particularly useful indoors on Hoth, inside the rebel base. You can switch on the fly and look round corners without exposing yourself to the enemy. On top of this, in third person you don't have to deal with any of the weapon recoil that you get in the first person camera. As you're further back from the gameplay, you don't have the weapon bouncing around in front of you, obscuring the HUD and other elements of the map, which means you'll have a better chance of spotting targets and taking them down. In my opinion, third person is a much better option overall, simply for that wider field of view. You get to see more of what's going on in the game and have a better chance of taking somebody out. That's not to say that the first person viewpoint isn't good. As you can see, there is some quite good gameplay in the background of me playing in first person, and it can be very, very effective. And overall, I think the deciding factor is probably going to be what feels more comfortable for you, as opposed to probably what's going to get you better results. Like I said, if you're used to playing first person shooters, then you'll probably play in first person. If you come from a background of third-person shooters though, then I can entirely understand with you sticking with third-person. But I would encourage everybody to give third-person a go, because overall it just seems to have so many more benefits than what first-person does. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave me a thumbs up down below, it lets me know that you liked the video, and some comments too, because the beta opened up to the rest of the world today. So let me know how you're getting on. But until next time, my name is Westy, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.